Hey guys, I'm going to do this week's video on the safety. I figured I would just do it this week because we're doing the safety agreement and all that other jazz. And we just watched the videos. So my BSW placement was about 10 years ago. I did it in a nursing home. I think my biggest concern with safety in the nursing home was just at that time working with clients that had dementia with behavioral disturbances. You really kind of had to be careful about approach and knowing triggers and all that stuff. So that was probably my biggest safety concern, just being cognizant of myself, the client, and adjusting to the situation at hand. If they were to become agitated or behaviors were to become involved. But I had a really great supervisor, and any concerns over anything was always addressed and taken care of. I did have an experience working with a job in Virginia as an educator counselor. I was in the community with dual diagnosis, so intellectual disability clients, as well as them having mental health illness as well. There was an incident where a client had come out with a knife wanting to harm a roommate, and I was very close to that particular client wanting to harm the other, and I was able to go from between her and a wall to behind her, kind of gave her a bear hug, the least amount of restraint possible, and just kind of talked her down, talked to her about her parents, all the positive things in her life. It de-escalated. I was able to get the knife and stuff. But I mean, I think I might have handled my approach a little bit differently looking back on it. But it really ended okay. So I try not to beat myself up too much about it, but the approach could have been different. If I wasn't as close to her, if I didn't have the working relationship that I had with her, it could have gone down differently. So I try to keep that in mind. One thing that I picked up on in watching those videos on safety last week was that the particular worker in the second video mentioned how you wouldn't have a desk between you and the door or anything between you and getting out. So my first concern when I walked into my space at my placement with the VA was that my desk was all the way in the office and the client's chairs were between the desk and the door. So if a client were to come into my office and sit, they would be between me and the door. So I did bring that up with my supervisor. I wanted to make sure that what kind of safety things, for lack of better words right now, I'm sorry guys, are in place if I find myself in a situation that's very uncomfortable or potentially harmful to me. So she reassured she'll be next door whenever I'm meeting with clients. So if she hears anything or whatever, she'll be knocking on the door and coming in and assisting. Also, she informed me of a really cool feature that the VA has. If you hit F9 and F11 at the same time on your keyboard, it sends like a 911 directly to the military police or the VA police officers on campus. And 2 uniformed officers will come directly to your office at that time. There's also what's called, if the situation gets to this point, there's what's called a NIT team, Nursing Intervention Treatment Team. So up to 3 individuals will come accompanying the officers. They do come with medication if injections are needed. However, they try to de-escalate the situation before it would come to that. They do have a disruptive behavior committee. They have flags in the computer systems to warn you of behavioral issues or suicidal risks. There's lots of things in place, very comfortable. I'm very safe where I'm at. And I certainly look forward to the next 6 weeks with this placement. It's really going to be a great experience. Thanks, guys, for watching the video, and I look forward to watching all of yours this week. Have a good week. Bye.